Clap if you hear my voice. Clap twice if you hear my voice. You've just now participated in a BPS exercise. My name is Amelia Auberg. I'm the interim chief of communications here at BPS, and we're going to get started. For further ado, I'm going to pass it over to the school leader, Matthew Holzer.
All right. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Boston Green Academy. Thank you so much for being here today. We are so excited. If you're part of BGA, move forward, please. This is just like an assembly. We can check it out. All right. So good morning, everyone. Welcome to Boston Green Academy. My name is Matt Holzer. I am the very proud head of school here at BGA, and will serve as your MC for today's events. We are excited to welcome you to our school and our brand new outdoor classroom and community garden, a wonderful addition that will truly benefit our amazing students. Thank you, Mayor Michelle Wu. Thank you, Superintendent Mary Skipper. Thank you, Counselor Liz Breeden from Allston-Brighton. Thank you, State Rep Kevin Honan, also of Allston-Brighton, Chief Sheila Dillon, and Director Shawnee Fletcher of Grow Boston, Oliver Sellers Garcia, and Deliver and Stanislaus, and the Green New Deal team, honored guests and partners, anyone I forgot, I apologize, and the BGA and BPS community for joining us here on this very special day. For those who are new to BGA, welcome. BGA is Boston's only school focused on sustainability and preparing students for green careers, serving a highly diverse and wonderful group of almost 500 students in grades 6 to 12 from every neighborhood in Boston. BGA has been nationally recognized as a United States Green Ribbon School for our model green programs and practices, and we are finalists for the 2023 Ed Vestor School on the Move Prize, given annually to the most improved Boston public school. And yeah, you can clap for that, please. The winner will be announced in early November. Please cross your fingers for us. BGA is proud to offer also the only career technical education program in environmental science in the city of Boston. And our yes, you can clap for CTE. CTE is here with us today in the house. And our students were the only ones invited to present at last year's Earthshot Climate Prize in Boston, reflecting the trust and the capabilities of our kids and the city prepares them for. At BGA, we take our mission seriously to prepare our students to lead in the sustainability of our community and world. And we are proud to do this 21st century work in our 19th century building. We hope you will come visit us often. If you are a BGA student or staff member, could you raise your hand, please, so we can say thank you because you're amazing? Thanks so much for being here today. All right. For all these reasons, we are excited to welcome you here today to our brand new outdoor classroom and community garden. Funded by an extremely generous grant from the grassroots program of the Grow Boston Office of Urban Agriculture in the Mayor's Office of Housing, with strong support from the Boston Public Schools, this new space is a transformative moment for our green school community. Set next to our freight farm, a state-of-the-art hydroponic farm run by our students that you'll get to see after this ceremony and get your free greens. We want to borrow from the mayor's impressive program. We want our students to connect, learn, and explore. We are equally proud that this opportunity will be extended to 10 more Boston public schools so that our colleagues and fellow students can have similar experiences. We are very grateful for this amazing opportunity and support. Thank you all for being here today. And now it is my pleasure to welcome our speakers. Everyone at BGA is excited to welcome our first presenter to our school. As the fearless leader of our city, a champion of sustainability, someone who shares BGA's mission and commitment, and a proud BPS parent, there's no one better to inaugurate our outdoor classroom and celebrate the expansion of this initiative than our mayor, Michelle Wu.
Thank you, Mr. Holtz. Good morning, everyone. Thank you so much, BGA, for hosting us this morning and for all the great work that you all are putting in for many years now, and for the students for a couple weeks now. It's an exciting start of this school year, and this is just one more example of all of the incredible things happening across the Boston Public Schools and across the city. I always have the best day when I get to start my day at a school with you all, so thank you for making this possible for all of us. We have our young people out in the actual outdoor classroom, and then I want to shout out to those who are watching and listening from inside the school as well. So we are using every possible space within our school system to try to create more opportunity and ways for our students to lead and to show us exactly what the city needs to be doing. And it's really incredibly exciting as well to be here with colleagues in government who I'll invite to come up and say a few words right after me, Councillor Braden and Rep. Honan, as well as this collaborative team from all across our city departments. Shawnee and Grove Boston have been doing amazing work. We've been at public housing developments together. We've been in city parks together and at schools, really showing that our green agenda is going to reach everywhere because it brings with it jobs and opportunity and health and community. And thank you to Chief Sheila Dillon for overseeing that as part of her department and everyone here. Can everyone who works for the City of Boston or Boston Public Schools give a wave? Look at this team. Thank you, thank you. It's always special to me because growing up in an immigrant family, food felt like the most basic way to connect and feel part of my identity. And when I was little, that meant that when my parents had immigrated from Taiwan, it took us over an hour on the weekends to drive to that one grocery store far away that had the kind of vegetables that they like to cook and the spices that they would use. And that was just what we did. We would all pile in the car every single weekend. And that was what happened because it was important for my parents to be able to feel comfortable in the food and the dinners that they were making and the kind of family that they were building around that. And as I've kind of moved along in my career, I opened a little tea house and restaurant as one of the first things that I did after school in a kind of challenging time for my family. And that was a way to also reconnect and build something and try to share food and nourishment with the entire community. Our small businesses that deal with food are so important, and we're trying to work to support them in a lot of different ways. But food is also the most basic ways that we connect with each other. We've been doing so much to try to make sure our school lunches better reflect what our students want to eat, and so that they're more tasty, they're more local, they're more nutritious, they're more made from scratch, fresh, and so hopefully tasting a little better this school year. We're working on it. All of the apples this year are from Massachusetts or New England farms, all of the butternut squash and broccoli and local vegetables. My kids have come home from the Sumner saying that they like trying out things in the salad bar and experimenting. So between all of the recent things, just over the weekend, we were cutting the ribbon on the Dorchester Food Co-op, the city's very first community-owned and employee-owned food business in that way, to make sure that we are bringing the fresh vegetables and healthy foods directly into our neighborhoods that have traditionally been underserved as well. A couple months ago, we were celebrating the opening of the Mattapan Food Forest. I see Ms. Morris here, and a multi-year effort that now has a beautiful transformed green space that used to be just a vacant parcel where there are fruit trees and berry bushes and other items growing that over the next couple years are going to start to bear more and more fruit that's free and open for the entire community to sustain itself. And today, we get to see what that looks like when it's completely intertwined with our incredible education system. For our young people, one garden bed at a time, one seed at a time, one student at a time, to really build the soil, till the soil, and nourish and get their hands dirty in the dirt in order to see beautiful things grow and to see our gardens and our students blossom. We also know, just to connect it back directly to our schools and our academics, that students who are active in gardening and involved in outdoor nature work also do better in science. It's more natural to make those connections, it's more relevant, and it's also, as Mr. Holzer was saying, stepping into some of the very jobs that we are growing right here in Boston. I can't tell you how many companies I talk to who are looking for people who are trained up in green infrastructure or in how to manage buildings that are related to climate infrastructure or open spaces. Our Power Corps program that Boston runs for young people to get directly trained up in green jobs is placing people everywhere. Our graduates get snapped up immediately into new jobs in Boston and in the area. And so we want to make sure that we're seeing this across every single school, and BGA is just the perfect example because you really show how everything comes together. We want to I want to just highlight 10 other schools as well, that a partnership between Grow Boston, Boston Public Schools, and Green City Growers that is helping to expand our efforts at the Mather, the Winship, the MLK, the Clapp, the Lee, the Channing, the Tobin, Dudley Street Neighborhood Charter School, Ellison Parks Early Ed, and the Roosevelt. We're seeing similar things, not as big as this one, but we're seeing the opportunity for young people to participate in and out of the building in the green economy. And as Mr. Holzer mentioned, this is part of the city's Connect, Learn, and Explore initiative. We want to make Boston the best city for families anywhere. And that means safe neighborhoods, clean streets, great schools, but also the chance to really grow in every part of being a member of your community and your family. We want our kids to know how to ride a bike and know how to swim and be involved in sports and arts and in nature. And so the City of Boston is going to bring together every single department to create those opportunities to make that possible. At a young age, we always put so much emphasis on what happens in those textbooks and in the sitting in the classroom and the test scores that you get. But when it comes to the world that we're building today, the most important type of education is learning how to be connected with each other, with the earth that we are all responsible for, with the community that we're building together, and then drawing those connections into the academics and helping you learn and grow as a student as well. And so our young leaders here are going to turn into and grow into our next inventors of the city's next several food forests. They're going to be stepping into jobs, working in the food industry and the new technology with the training with the hydroponic farms. They're going to be scientists and engineers and doctors and mathematicians, and all of that is going to get started from the seeds that are planted here today. So thank you so much for having us. Thank you for all that you do and how special you make Boston Public Schools. It is an honor to be here with everyone. And so now I'll just pass it over to Councillor Braden and Rep. Honan to say a quick hello as well.
Thank you, Madam Mayor, and good morning, everyone. Welcome to Brighton, and welcome to the Boston Green Academy. I keep calling it Brighton Green Academy. I don't know if you know this, but I grew up on a farm in Northern Ireland, and my grandmother insisted that we keep our own vegetable garden because we had a tendency to go and take the sweet peas, the little sweet peas and the strawberries from my cousin's garden across the road. So her way of keeping us from invading other people's gardens was to make sure we had a really nice garden with lots of good food, nutritious food in our own back space. And I think that experience of growing up in the countryside and being very aware of the cycle of the seasons and how we are dependent on the earth for our food was foundational in my development as a young person. It also inspired in me a tremendous interest in nature and biology and in science, actually. So when I went into high school, then it was a natural sort of segue to get much more involved in science and biology. And so I'm really excited about this opportunity you all have here at BGA. It makes a connection with the natural world, and it also gives you hands-on learning opportunities to learn about nature and about science and how things grow and develop and how we are intricately connected to each other, but also to our planet. And that's very exciting. This is an incredible moment in our history, and to be living here right now is a challenge, and we are living on a small planet that is in a crisis because of climate change. But we're really working and developing and thinking of all the ways that we can make it better, and make ourselves more resilient and have more sustainable ways to live here in the city. So I'm really appreciative of the incredible work that Boston Public Schools are doing and the curriculum that they're developing around this. And I'm very, very excited for the future and the great contribution that all you young people are going to make. I'm very excited for that. So thank you all for being here, and thank you for this great work. And I commit to continue to partner with you folks and make this work as best we can. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Kevin Honan. I'm a state representative. I went to this school when it was the William Howard Taft School. I grew up right around the corner, and I want the students to know I was on time for school every day. Sometimes when you live right next to a building, you can be late. I was always on time. Anyway, this is the second time the mayor's been in our neighborhood celebrating a school. We have 5 life science classrooms up there at Brighton High, and now she's here again promoting Boston Green Academy, which is a gem in the Boston public school system. I thank you for being here, Mayor. Really appreciate it. I thank Mary Skipper, the superintendent of schools. Mr. Holzer is a wonderful head of school. He's done great things here in Allston Brighton. My office at the State House has a lot of furniture in it that his students have recycled here. I also want to thank the students in particular for taking good care of the Harold Conley statue that's out front. Harold won an Olympic gold medal in 1956. He went to school in this building, went to Brighton High, went to Boston College. He's the only gold medal winner from Boston College. The sculptor is Pablo Eduardo, who did the Kevin White statue downtown there at Faneuil Hall. He did the Thomas More statue at BC and the St. Ignatius Loyola statue. So, Mayor, when you're looking for a sculptor for your statue, maybe you'll look at Pablo Eduardo. Anyway, gardens like this build a real strong sense of community. They let kids from the city know where food is from, how it's grown. You make good, nutritious decisions. But more importantly, I think it does build teamwork and an attachment. So you'll have an attachment to this school. You'll learn things that you'll do the rest of your life, and you'll have attachments to your neighborhood, your community. So I thank you for having me here today, and keep up the great work.
And next up, I get to introduce the best superintendent in the entire country, Superintendent Mary Skipper.
Good morning, everyone. First, I just, thank you to our mayor, really a champion of climate justice. And I think our projects here today speak to that. Probably one of the most important generational and life issues that we will face. I have to give a shout out to Matt Holzer. I remember when BGA first took in 6th, 7th, and 8th graders. And that was a big change for this school. And there were a couple of years of real struggle. And when I look at what this school has done and become for the community and for the students that are here, getting a chance to talk to some of the really smart, articulate 7th graders a few minutes ago, it really is through his leadership and his staff's leadership. So thank you for that. I think this is an example of why BPS is destined to be great. In many ways, we've been spending the last year tilling and gardening within our own district to be able to kind of pull up the things that don't work and make sure that it can grow beautiful things for our students. And when I think about the ecosystem we're in, we're so blessed to be in the Boston ecosystem, because today is really a celebration of Grow Boston and its work, Shantae's leadership, Sheila's leadership, certainly Green City Gardeners, and how we're going to be able to maintain the gardens that are behind us. And why is that important? It's important because in this city, our students are the most valuable thing we have. And this is an example where all of the city agencies come together with us in BPS for something we couldn't do by ourselves to make sure they have the best opportunities possible. And so what does that look like? These students are our future. They are the future of our city, particularly when it comes to sustainability, particularly when it comes to climate change. And so they are learning in BGA the only Chapter 74 program that we have, environmental science. They are the future scientists, they are going to be the ones that are the gardeners, the urban planners, the agricultural planners. They are the ones that are gonna craft our city. And that's because BGA gives them the opportunity to be able to do that. What we have here today through this $100,000 grant is really the opportunity to have community garden, to have plantings, of which I think we're gonna get some in a little bit, and to have pollinator, and to really learn the cycle of life. And that is something you don't learn other places. BGA becomes a model for the rest of our district as more and more of our schools want to be able to do this. They are the leader in this field, in this area. The freight farm that we will go into, one of a kind, that now other schools within BPS want. And this is all possible because of the type of collaboration, our city agencies, our nonprofits. You know, our students will be getting their hands dirty, literally. They will be connecting the learning that they have in these classrooms, in the sciences, in the maths, in the humanities, and they'll be connecting that to the actual physical earth in a way that helps make it tangible for them so that they understand the power of their knowledge and what they can do. And that's something that is only here in BPS and in Boston and in BGA. So I'm very proud of all of the work here. I'm thankful to the nonprofits like City Sprouts and GC that are going to be helping to maintain the garden, that are going to be offering curriculum and lessons for the students to be able to come out. I'm excited for the 10 schools that are going to also benefit and start with those community gardens as they get on to exploration. This is really a one-of-a-kind model that we will continue to grow, literally and physically, as a way to be able to say Boston is about climate, BPS is about that. I have to give a shout out to our team. We have a division called Sustainability, Energy, and Environment. And we were, in 2023, we were named the Green Ribbon Award winner for that because of all of the efforts BPS is doing with our city to make sure we have clean indoor water, clean air inside the buildings, climate. We have a climate curriculum that other districts don't have. These are the things that differentiated us and earned us that ribbon. So congratulations to our BPS staff on that. Congratulations to the city. Most importantly, congratulations. And most important, congratulations to our students, because you are the reason we're here. Thank you.
Thank you, Superintendent. Those words mean a lot to everybody here at BGA in the community and to everybody in BPS. The Superintendent is a fantastic gardener. You should ask her about it sometime. Our next speaker is instrumental in making this happen, not just for our school, but for the schools in the 10 cohort. We're extremely grateful to Grow Boston. Please welcome the Director of Grow Boston, Shani Fletcher.
Thank you, Matt. Hi, everyone. I'll keep my remarks pretty brief. I want to thank the mayor and the superintendent and for all the support in getting these projects going. One of the first things, Grow Boston's a pretty new office. We're the Office of Urban Agriculture. We've been around for about a year and a half, and one of the first things we wanted to do was think about how we could partner with other public agencies to expand food production, expand opportunities to learn about climate resilience, and really create new gardens as many places as we could, as the mayor was saying. So we're really thrilled in particular with our partnership with Boston Public Schools. Catherine Walsh is here somewhere. She's been my partner in crime. Catherine. Thank you so much, Catherine. Every time there's a new opportunity around BPS, I'm like, Catherine, what do you think about this? Can we do this? How do we figure it out? And it's been really great to collaborate with her. Boston Green Academy, Principal Holzer. This classroom is so incredible, and we're so happy we were able to help make it happen. Green City Growers, the 10 other gardens, which if you come see this poster board, you can take a look at. There's several of them shown there. Those school gardens will be able to support for this first year, and I'm sure for the future years to come. And we're really excited that we were able to get those up and running. And I'll just also thank Sheila Dillon, our chief at Mayor's Office of Housing, and our Grow Boston team, who's also here, and yes, absolutely, for all their support. Grow Boston is a tiny little 4-person team, and we could not do it without the bigger team helping us. And lastly, to our advisory board, I think there's some of those folks here too, Grow Boston's advisory board, including Vivian Morris. And also, I'll just lastly say, I'm also so thrilled to have so many students here who are going to be engaging with this garden, and really excited for the students all over the city, and thankful that you all are getting your hands in the dirt and being part of the food growing community in Boston. So thank you.
Thank you, Director Fletcher. Our final speaker is, of course, the one that will make us most proud. An accomplished senior at BGA, currently taking 4 AP classes. She's been a leader in our school and one of our excellent green ambassadors. A proud Mexican-American who is one of 8 siblings, One of her youngest siblings is right here in the front row at BGA. And after graduation, she plans to pursue a degree in nursing so she can continue her family's commitment to helping others. We are so proud to have her offer her thoughts on the importance of outdoor classrooms. Please welcome Aride Mejia.
Hello everyone and welcome to BGA's Outdoor Classroom. My name is Aride Mejia and I am a senior here at Boston Green Academy. Today I will be speaking to you guys about the significance and importance of an outdoor classroom. The first time I was in the outdoor classroom was with my AP psychology teacher, and we did an experiment. And it was something very new for me. I've never been in an outdoor classroom. So when we were outside, I felt such a sense of clarity and calmness while being in nature. And then I began to think of my past years in school, and I remembered how I would get very gloomy and drowsy in being in the same environment for several hours. In this moment, I realized how lucky I was to have something that many people did not. Students now have the opportunity to be outside and get a sense of relievement and enjoyment. Instead of looking at the same classroom walls and tables, they get to see changing trees, flowers, and chirping birds. Although this is the only year that I will be in the outdoor classroom, I am very happy that BGA will continue to bear fruits to many generations to come, as well as my 7th grade sister, who will continue to be in BGA. Thank you.
Thank you, Aride. Can we say thank you to Aride one more time? Because she did a great job. Thank you so much again to everyone who spoke today and to everyone who's here. It means a lot to our community. We're now going to cut the green ribbon up here. And so if you are a BGA student, oh wait, Amelia's going to tell you what to do.
Thank you, of course. We're going to take some questions from the media, and then shortly after we will cut the ribbon. So on-topic questions only. So people from our media folks here, any questions for our speakers?
The other schools that are being added, is there anything that makes them easier to add these garden programs? I imagine we'd like to do this district-wide. Just where do we go with these 6 things?
Great question. We actually prioritized schools that didn't yet have school gardens. So we have 79 other school gardens across the district. So these 10 we prioritized K through 8s, elementary schools, early ed, priority areas on our opportunity index for equity reasons. And we are going to keep going. We want to make sure that every school in the district has an example of outdoor teaching and learning. They may not all be school gardens. They may be freight farms or our outdoor classrooms or partnerships with our rites of passage partners like Thompson Island.
Why do you feel it's so important? I don't know who wants to answer this, for kids to be able to connect with the earth and be outside and take in the fresh air and all that?
I think it's a couple of things. I think one is it's connecting what learning theoretical is. Sometimes in education, our focus is on books and on what I would call like the less tangible things. Whereas when students get the opportunity to actually apply what they're learning, we know consistently from research, they learn it better. They learn it deeper. They make those connections. And I think, there's something about, I think Aride mentioned it, but when you're touching the earth, there's a concreteness to that and a calming of that that students will again and again say. It's also amazing to grow. When you grow things, and that's through your hard work and your knowledge, and you see life come, there's really nothing else like that. And then when you get to eat that, that's something even better. Now I'm going into my own garden, but I do think that that's such a unique experience, and in the city, it's a rarity that you can do that. So the fact that our city and our mayor are making a commitment to the green spaces and to making sure we bring the outdoors inside and the inside outside, it's that's going to help our students to be the best they can as students, social, emotionally, academically. So we're really excited about it. I think expanding the outdoor classrooms, we're at about 38 of the outdoor classrooms. We want to get that across the board. And then in terms of the actual gardens themselves, every school would have that. And ideally, every school would connect that to our food program, right? So that their students are growing and eating at lunch what they're growing. So it's really a cycle.
I just want to add on, I also think that kids feel very happy and excited to come to school, knowing that they're going to be outside and actually working hands-on with things. Because I feel like since they're so used to being in a classroom all the time and seeing the same exact thing over and over again, sometimes they think like, oh, this is boring, like it's nothing new. And with nature, I feel like you see something new every day. There's like a new plant that you can plant, and then a new flower sprouts out, and it's so beautiful to look at the things that you yourself do and also work as a team. So I feel like kids are a lot more engaged, and they feel so happy to come to a school knowing that they're going to see something new and beautiful.
And I'll add a kind of more big picture, kind of immediate point, which is that as we think about climate change and you see all the headlines everywhere, flooding, heat, and we feel it in Boston. We already see this was the second most rain that Boston's gotten in a summer since we started keeping records. It's all, year after year, we see it's the hottest again and again and again. We keep breaking those records, and that has real impacts. We're trying to do everything we can with the built environment, right? We raise the roads higher so that the ocean water can't come up as much, and then we try to go higher and higher, or we try to build our buildings so that they're more secure. But it turns out the best technology we have to fix the issues that we're experiencing on flooding and on heat is right in Mother Nature. It's trees, it's green infrastructure, it's ways to absorb the water, to divert it. In a city like Boston, where we're pretty dense from 400 years of history, we can't just build more roads or dig up everything up to make our pipes bigger to hold more water. It really is about how we catch that water, how we absorb and cool the air temperature, and we see the difference it makes in the neighborhoods that have more green and the neighborhoods that don't. We have a big push right now, and just had announced with Senator Markey maybe a week or two ago, about federal funds that we got also from the U.S. Forest Service to try to close the gap in our tree canopy. And the biggest challenge now is who is going to step into these jobs to help us do it as fast as we need to do it for everyone. And it's going to be this incredible leadership group right here. So we're really leaning on them for a lot. We are so grateful to them, and we know that this is not just about making everything happen better and in the most joyful of ways for these years when they're in school, but all the ways that they're going to really be there to save and help and grow our society and lead the way after they're done with this school as well.
I want to say one quick word. I'd also like to add that I think having a space like this, an outdoor classroom with plants and trees and vegetables growing, it's a wonderful opportunity to build a cross-curricular theme, so you can use this space for an art classroom, for a language class, English classroom, or there's so many different ways that when you tap into this natural space, that there's lots of opportunities for education. It's not just a science curriculum, it's not just about food, but it's the whole range of a school curriculum that you can tap into in a space like this, which makes it very, very exciting.
Now we will do the ribbon cutting. So.